You're right, guys, it's Capgun Tom here, and welcome to our landmark 50th episode of Deploying Dortmund. Lots of very exciting stuff coming up for you in this episode. You can see that we're sitting on 477,000 coins. I went away for the weekend, listed up all our players, and they have all sold for a decent amount of profit. So we've got rid of both Lewandowskis, the Podolski, Hernandez, and Julio Cesar. So lots and lots of coins made there, and we're looking pretty healthy, although we do have quite a lot of signings still to make. And at the moment, the market seems to be going up in value, so it's actually a moving target because we're getting, well, the players are getting more and more expensive, the ones that we need to buy still. Now you can see on screen at the moment I am picking up some formation cards, and we are going to be making a change to our team. I think it's well overdue. We've been playing the 3-5-2 for a long time now, and I am going to be switching to the 3-4-2-1 formation. Now the reason that I'm doing this will become much more apparent later in the episode, as you will see. But for now, we are just going to bang all of these formation cards onto our players. You can see that we have absolutely loads of them, and they were very cheap. So I'm not too bothered, because we've actually probably ended up, not spending all that money on formation cards. I think that we probably bought, probably about 5k's worth of them. They were only about 200 to 300 coins each, so a decent way to change formation for not much money. We are going to have to buy some left mid to left forwards, or left mid to left wing to left forwards, and vice versa on the other side of the pitch, as we do need to put Royce at that left forward position from the left mid position he's defaulting in at the moment. So there we go. It's pretty exciting, and you can see there the squad is now set up. Going to quickly switch all of our players around, get them in the right position. First off, we have to get Royce up the top, and then we've got Goetze playing left mid. We've got the two informs in the middle of the pitch. We have Blazakowski playing at the right mid position, Piszczek sitting at the right centre-back position, and then we also have the Aubameyang up in the right forward position for now. So here we go. We're not in a very good position for the division. We only have 4 points off our first 4 games, which is actually pretty terrible. If we keep that up, we're getting relegated. Need to get a few points on the boards, or otherwise we are going to be facing relegation. I think the chance of winning the title is already gone. If we drop any points, I think it's out of reach. So there you go. So we're going to go into our first game, find ourselves an opponent, and let's see who we come up against in this one. We're coming up against IMAX something, and he's using a team called Dream Team, or Wet Dream Team. So let's see what his Wet Dream entails. It is a sweaty Bundesliga team, would you believe it? So he's got Royce, S-Wine, he's got Luz Gustavo, Gundogan, he's got Felipe Santana, Hummels at the back, he's got Piszczek, Alaba, Schürrle at left mid, Shaqiri at right mid, and Weidenfeller in goal. So we got a lot of work to potentially get some points out of this guy. We had a great opening moment, learning how to use this 3-4-2-1 formation. Royce there to apply the finish after a very intricate teamwork goal, and I was pretty happy with our start. But he managed to come back into the game in the 80th minute. No idea how that ball ends up going through Felipe Santana's legs. Thought he would have put in a challenge and blocked it or something, but it ends up in the back of the net. And even worse than that, we are in the 90th minute, +1, and he managed to get through and finesse at home with Gundogan. So our bad run of form in this division is still ongoing. Now, we actually managed to win the division last season, so to be really struggling this season, it just shows how difficult and erratic the Division 1 can be. Sometimes you can have an absolute flyer, sometimes you can have an absolute bollock time. Anyway, we're going to go and find our next game, see if we can get some points. We've only got 5 games left. Need what is it, 6, 7, 8 points off those 5 games, so need to win some. We're going in another Bundesliga sweat team with S1 and Royce up top, Goetze sitting behind them, Schürrle left mid, and a bunch of other very good players. We managed to take the lead against this guy, Aubameyang there, having a good header, or a good chance to put away that header in the first place. Actually had a good save from the keeper, but it came straight back out to Aubameyang, who did pop it into the back of the net. And we managed to extend our lead just after half-time from the corner. Piszczek there to apply the finish, and we looked good for our lead, and we end up managing to get one more. Or do we? The ball crosses the line, it says it's 3-0, and the guy decides to quit out. So there you go. We end up taking down some points. Finally, that is what we needed. We now have 6-7 points on the board. So there we go. We're actually looking a little bit stronger. And we're going to go and make our signing. And yes, if you didn't guess it already, it is going to be the inform Aubameyang. You can see here that I have one in my watch list that's about to expire. He was going for about 110 100k when I found him, and he had only a couple minutes left. The buy nows, the lowest buy nows on the market are 147, so I went all the way up to 145, and it just shows how derpy some of the people are on this game, because this guy was willing to pay all the way up to the lowest buy now of, you know, an Aubameyang. So I went away and bought one on the market. You can see there on and checked his lower buy now again. Had two in my watch list, and it did end up going for the 442 version of him for 147,000 coins. I thought he was going for 50 last week. I don't know what happened or where I got that idea from, but quite embarrassing to think that I was only going to be paying 50k for him and ending up having to pay 150 for him. Anyway, we've gone and listed up our old Aubameyang. Massive loss on him. Obviously, we bought him just as he came out of, or when he was transferred into packs, for about 74,000, going to be listing him up for about 26, so that's like a 50k loss on him, but he did pretty well for us, so we can't begrudge him too much. The new Aubameyang goes into the squad, obviously in that right position, and that is why we switched to the 3-4-2-1 formation, because we want Aubameyang to be playing in a good position and still getting full chemistry. So there we go, checklist, haven't seen it in a while. Get that Aubameyang ticked off, and now we can actually go back to where we were before, trying to sign that man of the match, Gundogan. We still need a whole load of coins to be able to do it though, so I'm not holding out much hope, and I'm thinking maybe in the future I'll list up a player when I sell one, and tell you guys about it. Just list it up for 3 days or something, and you guys can try and grab yourself a piece of deploying Dortmund history. If you'd be interested in that, obviously leave a comment, and if you could drop a like on the video for an informed signing, the informed Aubameyang coming to the club, that'd be amazing. Let's try and hit 1,500 likes for that signing. So we're in the game, and we come up against a 5 at the back Serie A team. We're playing against a guy called TNS Ronaldo. Went and checked him out, googled him. Turns out that he's part of a club's team, and it's no surprise that he absolutely raped me. So it actually looked all right in the 60th minute. We 2-1, but then some bad things happened, including Hummels getting sent off, and we ended up losing 5-2. So that was a bit unfortunate. 3 games remaining. Still need our 5 points from our 3 remaining games, which means 1 win and 2 draws, or 2 wins. Pretty simple. Going into our next game, come up against a 4-1-2-1-2 Serie A squad with man and much Lulic sitting out at left mid. Very, very strong team, and I made a little bit of an error early on, and it just goes to show how bad I'm playing at the moment. You don't need to tell me in the comment section. I know that I'm playing bad. I am so frustrated. I sit in my room pretty much pissed off all day trying to play this game because I am struggling. Usually I would just take a break, but obviously you guys love to see deploying Dortmund, so I don't want to stop the series while I get back on form, because you never know, it may never come back, and we'll just struggle through for the time being. You can see here that we ended up giving a horrible lead away to him when we passed it straight through to him. We managed to take the lead through Aubameyang in the 65th minute, and then he actually managed to equalise. You see here a man on the overlap simply puts it out, crosses it in, and there's Balotelli in space to score. Actually very frustrating, this one, because although I played bad and, you know, gave away a goal at the start, I didn't deserve to lose. If you look at the stats, you can see that I ended up having, I think, 9 shots and 9 on target, and he only had 6 and 3, and he managed to come away with a 2-2 result, even though I had more possession and better pass accuracy. So I don't really understand how I can play any better than that. Complete domination is how I see it, but he still ends up winning with a draw, so I don't really understand, but there you go. Anyway, we're going into another game, and we come up against a 4-3-2-1 BPL team. Aguero, Hazard, transferred Navas. It's got a very strong midfield, but it's snowing, and you can see here that we take the lead early on. Lovely back heel, Aubameyang through on goal, and Aubameyang scores his first goal. Is it first goal? No, it's his second goal. He scored a header in the last game, but he scores a goal for the club, and we managed to hold on until the very end of the game. Pretty uninteresting game, to be honest. Just that one goal of note to actually bother telling you about, but pretty happy to be taking down those 3 points. I don't care how I win them, just that I am winning them. So there we go. We leave ourselves with a chance of staying in this division. We need 1 draw or the win in the next game to keep our position. So here we go. Going to go find ourselves an opponent in Division 1. This is it. Stay in Division 1 or get relegated. That's our 2 choices. So we're coming up against True Blue Zulu, and he has a 3-4-2-1 team as well. Very strong BPL squad, very fast up front. In fact, very fast all over the place. And yeah, he did not play well. I don't want to say he played well. He didn't play bad. He didn't play well. He played on the counter-attack, and he played with pace. And he just generally got quite lucky. There was Kevin Morales. Had no idea how he managed to score that, turning Hummels and scoring with... I don't know how he was that strong to push Hummels off. Tried to block this one. Ball comes straight back out to him. That was pretty much game at that point. 70 minutes in. He's got a 2-0 lead. And this guy was an absolute arsehole. Now, I don't have a problem with people beating me. It's just when they act like a complete knob that I do have a problem. You see here that he managed to go through on the counter-attack from the corner. Walcott getting him a goal. That's fine. No problem. Beat me 3-0 for it, fair and square. He celebrated. That's pretty bad. I mean, like, I don't know. Not bad. I don't think celebrations are bad. But I think that, you know, elongating them too long, shushing people is a bit of an arsehole move. And you can see here how much of a dickhead he is. This part of the game, we're in the 90th minute, and he makes it last 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes of real time. I went and checked. This is on sped up, and this bit is like a minute long in my timeline on Vegas. And he made this last for 3.5 minutes, this 90th minute. How much of a dickhead do you have to be to do that? When you've already won the game, you come and do this. You just pass it, you waste time, and you just act a complete knob. And, you know, he kept pausing it. He used up all 3 pauses. He brought substitutes on. He watched all the cinematics. He held onto the ball. He put it out. I don't know what the hell he was doing or why he was doing it. Complete knobhead, to be honest. And there's nothing. He even put Smalling in goal because he thinks he's that freaking cool. He ended up giving away a goal, though. You see here that we do grab the ball as he tries to pass it out. Here's Blazikowski, and he scores. Doesn't make a lick of difference. I wouldn't have given a shit if I'd scored or not in that game. But, you know, the fact that he wasted 3.5 minutes of my life was just a complete dickhead move. And it's sort of going to show how few people on FIFA nowadays are playing for fun rather than to troll and piss people off. And he shouldn't be doing that, especially when, you know, it was such an equal game, to be honest. I had more chances on target. He had 1 more shot in total. He had worse possession. He had worse shot accuracy. He had worse pass accuracy. So the fact that he did that was just completely out of order, in my opinion. But that's completely up to you. Just a little rant there to end off the 50th episode. But obviously, guys, if you could drop it a like, you know, the series is starting to get to the point where we're obviously doing quite a bit of trading, trying to pick up players and stuff like that. But, yeah, that's it for you. I hope that you have enjoyed it. 1,500 likes for the informed signing. That would be amazing. But other than that, I'm going to have to stop talking. Subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you all next time.